Hey there, welcome back to Bernama. Today we are now in the studios with Dr. Wan Nur Aida binti Wan Ibrahim, who is the chairman for the Masjid tour program, Masjid Wilayah Persekutuan KL, to speak to us a little bit more in detail about Masjid Wilayah's Open Day 2019 theme this time, Rahmah for all.
That's right, blessings for all. It's super exciting as well to talk about this, especially in an age of internet trolls and keyboard warriors. It's more important now than ever before for interfaith harmony to exist, of course, in a country like ours, multiracial. And of course, that's something beautiful as we begin to talk about this particular mosque, which is in itself so beautiful, right here in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, and they're aspiring to do just that. Welcome to the studio, Dr. Aida. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Jess, and thank you, Tamina. And I would say thank you very much for having us here today, so that we can share what we're going to have next weekend, actually on Saturday. That's the Mosque Open Day for the Masjid Wilayah.
Fantastic. So 2nd November, next Saturday, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. One of the most iconic buildings of Kuala Lumpur will be opened to every single person, tourists or local alike, for them to come into the mosque, of course, admire the beauty and really understand more about how the mosque functions on a daily basis. Do tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Basically, our mosque has been open for the last 10 years for tourists and for non-Muslims. The background to it, we've been running for 10 years. We have something about more than 10,000 visitors every year. But these are mostly tourists. What we're doing now with the Mosque Open Day is actually to extend this invitation to the local people.
Right.
The local non-Muslim not really aware about it, and actually this is one of the days, because I think people are busy with the daily thing and people are not aware, and it's just like mosque for Muslims, for prayers, and that's just it.
But of course, in the background we are playing some incredible visuals of the beautiful mosque itself. Dr. Aida, at this point, let's cycle a little bit back into the fact that actually at the heart of it, all mosques worldwide, globally,
should be open,
in Malaysia as well, should be open to the public.
Yes, you're correct.
Right.
But there is a misconception around
Of course. A lot of people think that mosque is just place for prayers and that people don't go, it's just for Muslims. But it's not. You know, even during the time of the prophets, I mean, the Christians used to come and rest in a mosque for a week or so before they move on. So it's really open to all. But because we are multiracial society and people kind of scared, you know, when it comes to religion, everybody says it's personal. But actually not that personal, because, you know, you have to know one another, you have to know with the people that you're living in. And a lot of misconceptions are actually by watching people who actually behave misguidedly and thinking that's what the religion is.
All right, I couldn't agree with you more. Of course, this beautiful building here, architecture-wise, Masjid Wilayah is heavily influenced by Turkey's iconic Blue Mosque. Elements of traditional Malay and Middle Eastern designs make this mosque truly spectacular venues, generally on most of our postcards, keychains. You know, it's a take-home, you know, gift as well. So, as mentioned, it's more than just a place of worship. The mosque also acts as a place for people to come together from all backgrounds to come and learn about the beauty of Islam, the various aspects of a Muslim's prayer process as well. On this open day, what exactly will be going on?
Absolutely. On this open day, you have actually many events. I consider this open day as to be a special day, because we open every day for the last 10 years. But this is a special day because we have many events that's ongoing there. We even have section for children, for people of, you know, different ages. We have calligraphy, we have photography. But I think the highlight of the event for me will be the mosque tour, because we will be doing mosque tour for those who wants to go tour onto the mosque. And like you say, the architecture is splendid, but it's just not Iranian only, but it's a combination of about 5 or 6 architectural designs.
It's really the best of all worlds.
Yes, the best of all the ability. We even have something that looks like Taj Mahal inside the main prayer hall. And having said that, Masjid Wilayah is probably the only mosque that allow non-Muslims into the prayer hall. You can even watch people pray if you wanted to.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, also there's also highlighted there's local wood carving art on the ark, all the
Yes.
way to important Islamic elements in the majestic prayer hall.
Yes,
Now, of
yes.
course, it's advisable to actually be there in person to appreciate
absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
Would you actually advise perhaps those who are watching, the viewers, to
Yes.
actually book a session? Are you
Yes.
anticipating a huge crowd?
Yes,
on the
we
day
are.
itself?
We are anticipating 1,000 or 1,500 people on
Wow.
the day. Yes, because on a daily basis we will get about a few hundred people. But there's mostly tourists. Like I said, I wanted the local people to come and see it as well.
Okay, here you go, Malaysians. It's public
This is
holiday
your
today.
shout-out.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're probably at home watching this next week on Saturday.
Please
make your
come.
way
Yes,
down to
please
Masjid
come.
Wilayah, the beautiful. I always drive past it, you know.
Yes, did you?
And it'd
You
be
never
lovely
stop?
to come.
Now I feel
No.
inspired to actually go and check it out.
You
absolutely.
should.
Yeah.
No,
It's very Instagrammable also,
yes,
by
of
the way.
course.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, you have hundreds and thousands of photographs of the masjid on the internet. I can bet you.
Doctor, what are some of the questions that tourists or locals, when they come, have when they speak to you about the masjid?
Okay, when they come, they have a lot of misconception about what Islam is. Because, okay, very simple. They say, you wearing colors? I say, yes. Because what they saw, Islam in the Middle East, and people wearing black.
I see.
I said, no, we're wearing colors because colors are really part of us. And again, they're very surprised. They ask about why we wear hijab and why like women pray in the back and men praying in front and things like that. Why do we have to segregate when we pray? Basic questions. But a lot of time when they come in, they have a certain notion, a perception of what Islam is, if they seen in the Western media, and they come out and totally change them. They say, well, this is absolutely different than what they have thought about us.
Exactly. So it's all
Yeah.
about, dispelling those myths
Yes,
as well.
yes.
But on that note, we will take a very quick commercial break. We'll be back right after with the rest of the interview with Dr. Ida. Don't go anywhere.
Program baru mengenai daya kreativiti dan kebolehan menyusun idea sehingga terciptanya sesuatu yang baru, inovasi at Bernama. Diterbitkan secara mingguan, inovator dan hasil inovasi dipaparkan. Melihat dengan lebih dekat keupayaan dan usaha pembuatnya untuk mencapai tahap optimum ke arah memudahkan kehidupan manusia. Bagaimana dengan penerimaan warga Malaysia terhadapnya? Saksikan ceritanya di Inovasi at Bernama.
Laporan pelbagai dimensi memaparkan isu semasa, pelancongan, warisan dan budaya dari dalam dan luar negara.
Welcome back to Bernama Today. Tabina Kausdi, Jessie Chahal taking you through this exclusive interview segment. Today we speak about interfaith here in Malaysia and what Malaysia's iconic mosque, the Masjid Wilayah, is doing to help promote this. It's having its open day on the 2nd of November from 7 a.m. Yes, that's pretty early, all the way up to 4 p.m. It's open to tourists, to locals of all religions.
That's right.
And of course, we want to talk about that and highlight this very special day and what this means for all of us as well. So once again, Dr. Ida, welcome back to the studio. You're the chairman of the Masjid Tour program of Masjid Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. You say this is the first year it's being done on such a scale.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Well, the reason is because we found that the last time we did it, it doesn't get the reach to the locals.
Right.
So we wanted to go further than that. So amongst the guest list was, of course, people of different faith. We have even invited the embassies, the tourist agencies, the locals. We sent out pamphlets to the local area so that people will come. And around the masjid, we have got a lot of expatriate residences,
as well.
yes,
That's
community.
right.
They are quite loyal in the sense. I know some of them come to almost like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
because it really surprises me as well. But every time they come and they bring their friends again and again.
Well, how does it make you feel when you get locals and tourists come in and learn about it and then have a new perspective over
It's
Islam or
actually
the
very
mosque?
fulfilling because we're all doing this as a volunteer work. I mean, we're not part of the masjid staff, but I have about 108 volunteers volunteers with me.
Oh, that's wonderful. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the volunteers themselves. What was their ethos behind wanting to be a part of this volunteer program as well?
Yes, basically for us volunteers, most of us are retirees, so we're working, and you know we have even people working on part-time. But this is actually an opportunity for us to give it back to the society, to be able to share Islam with everybody, and to dispel some of the misconception that Islam is whatever the Western media has actually poses in. A lot of we receive very, very positive feedback from the visitors, because we have the visitors guest book, and too much to our surprise, they actually like the information that we share with them, because they had a totally different view of what Islam is.
Exactly.
You
Now,
know?
speaking about what will be happening though during the Rahmat for All Open Day itself, there's a whole host of activities.
Yes.
You've got
Yes.
calligraphy competition, archery.
Yes.
Tell us how this will all actually be accommodated within the premises of Masjid Wilayah.
The mosque is actually very huge.
Yeah.
The capacity,
How big is it?
The capacity of the mosque can fit about 17,000 people at one time.
Wow.
So it's actually on 4 levels. The top level being a level especially for the women, and the 3rd level is for the main prayer hall. And below that, we have a level where we have all the booths coming in. They have planned for about 20 booths, I think. There are about 20 strategic partners involved with us.
And who are some of these partners who are actually supporting Masjid Wilayah's
The
efforts?
main organization that's with us now, that pushing this one through, is actually JAWI, the Jabatan Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan, Masjid Wilayah, of course, in the forefront, and JAKIM. And because the most volunteer program is actually part of the masjid, so we are the one who's actually working on the ground level to get these things done as well.
So it's also very inspiring to hear about the fact that JAWI is so directly and hands-on involved with this program in Wilayah. Can you tell us a little bit about what your hopes would be for this actually spreading to many other states, many other keynote mosques around Malaysia?
Yes. Well, mosque tour program is not just in our mosque. In fact, I think there's 5 or 6 mosques that's doing the mosque tour program. But the only difference with Masjid Wilayah is that this tour program is directly under the mosque. Say we
You manage it and you conduct it
but you
yourselves.
see, the daily operation is run by the volunteers, but a lot of directions we get it from the mosque within the boundaries of what the mosque would allow us to do.
Next year is a big year, Visit Malaysia Year 2020.
yes,
what are
yes,
some
yes,
plans?
yes, that's right.
Or rather, what does the masjid have?
Okay.
planned
Okay.
out?
Before I go to that, in fact, this year is our 10 years of Mosque Tour program. So the Mosque Open Day is also to celebrate our 10 years anniversary of what I call dedicated service. Because when the volunteers take the tourists out, it's actually an act of worship for them. Because you know you do it for free and you do it with your heart.
You come and give in your time as
yes,
well.
time
That's
and
right.
whatever it is, and you know. And next year, yes, I'm a little bit worried about that. Worried and happy.
How do you handle so many people?
Because so many people are
Expecting a
coming.
huge
Yes,
deluge.
yes. Because our tour is different in the sense that we give kind of a private one, not to say one-to-one, but a personalized tour. We spend time with you for about half an hour, 45 minutes.
Exactly.
You can ask anything you want. you know.
Building on the theme of Rahmah for All, why this particular theme for this open day?
Okay,
Dr.
well,
Ida?
Rahmah for all is means it's a blessing for all. So we believe the masjid is a very blessed place. And I think it's also in line with the minister's initiatives. I think he had 18 of them or something. Amongst them is actually to make masjid and a platform for racial and religious unity and harmony, where then the masjid then take the first step out to invite other people and to get to know Islam as it is, and then we can build out from there.
What do you say to the naysayers who say, well, no, the masjid is, closed. It's only for Muslims and people.
Well, it's not it's not true at all. But unless you come to get to know, you won't really know the person, isn't it?
Right.
You just have to step your foot in the masjid. And I know a lot of masjid, smaller ones, sometimes because of the narrow perception of some people, they think it's exclusively for Muslim, which is not. I mean, come step into Masjid Wilayah, you'll be surprised.
That's
You'll be
right.
surprised.
We're definitely making
Yes,
a
we
trip
will.
down there.
For both of you, I personally invite
Wow,
you.
all right. Let's
We
go
will try and
now.
make it on the day
Yes,
itself.
yes,
But
please.
tell us a little bit now, Dr. Ida, about how actually did inclusivity become part of the ethos, the working life of Masjid Wilayah in particular?
Okay, because we have our mosque is open every day, and This program has been going for 10 years. We don't even close except for 2 days in Hari Raya Aidilfitri and a day in Hari Raya Haji. So we're there all the time. And the volunteers are dedicated. Even the mosque is not working on weekends, we'll still be there.
Wow,
we'll still be there. That's
wonderful.
how reliable we are. And I have people who has been coming for tours, and they will call. I have friends coming from Ireland. I have friends coming from such and such a place. Where you take them, or you have somebody take them. We'll do that. It's kind of personalized.
So it's almost like a must stop, right?
Yes,
You
a
were
must
telling
stop.
us about
Masjid must stop.
Yes, yes, it is. And I mean, much to our delight, actually, TripAdvisor rated us like the 4th place to visit.
Absolutely.
I mean, most favorite place in Kuala Lumpur amongst the 300.
Yeah. We're going to bring up the phone numbers now if you'd like to get in touch to know more about the Masjid tour and of course about the open day as well, Masjid Wilayah's open day. These are the numbers here on the screen. Of course, the tours will also be conducted in French and Japanese, Tamil, Mandarin, of course English and BM as well.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Literally anyone.
It's
if you've
open
got friends
for literally
visiting.
anyone.
Yes.
Now, just before we end though, Dr. Ida, I wanted to ask about, you mentioned the size and the scale of the mosque itself. 17,000 it can accommodate.
Yes, at one time.
Now, what does it take to actually get the daily upkeep, the day-to-day
a lot of work.
of it? Tell us a little bit. Give us a perspective.
A lot of work, obviously. They have to because you see, part of the mosque which is outside the main prayer hall is open veranda, and you actually have absolutely beautiful view of the KLCC and the twin tower and the KL tower. Because it's open, there's a lot of dust, so they have to clean it all the time and mop it all the time. Yes,
it's a beautiful location. I must say, I have been in the mosque once, and I was absolutely enamored, like just completely in awe. It is, you know, that just the scale of it makes you feel it. You're like in a Disney movie. Like it's so beautiful and
at the same time very
like,
much at peace. It's like an oasis in the middle of the city itself.
We have many repeat visitors, which surprises us as well.
Which is also good news though, because it is also going to be an important medium through which to disperse knowledge about Islam and accurate perspective.
Yes, you're right.
So what kind of perhaps training or even QC do your volunteers themselves go through with you as the head?
When somebody registered to be a volunteer, they have to go through a 6 months of mentor-mentee program.
Oh, wow, I see.
And before that, they're not allowed to take any visitors at all. And having said that, once they are done, we know that they can do the job, only then we allow them to take the visitors.
Take the lead.
Yes, on top of that, amongst the 100 volunteers that we have, I dare say 50% are certified mosque tour guides. In a sense, we have an international body that come and assess us and give the certification. So we want to make sure that we give a first-class service. You know, and that we say the right things and we treat people the right way.
And everybody is respectful all around and building that community spirit.
And we believe that your mannerism speaks louder than anything else.
I was just about to say the right ambassador for you know a tourist and even a local, right, to spread the message of goodness as well. Once again, we'll very quickly bring up the numbers. These are the numbers to get in touch. If you'd like to find out more, Masjid Wilayah's open day is on the 2nd of November. That's next week on Saturday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's the number on the screen for you to find out more. Of course, if you're wondering where is Masjid Wilayah, it is on Jalan Duta.
Yes.
Now, of course, the theme is Rahmah for all. And on that note, we will end today's show. Bernama today, thank you very much for coming in, Dr. Ida. We wish you all the best and the strength to deal with the deluge of visitors that we're sure are going to come in on the 2nd of November.
Thank you so much for having me here today and giving us this opportunity to actually share this good thing that's coming next week. So please come, everybody.
All right,
I'm welcoming everybody.
Absolutely.
I'll be there personally.
Okay, that's all the time we have for. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the public holiday. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you again next time.
Thank you. It's okay?
Thank you.
It's fine.